Hi there, my name's Bren Vanderswag, and I'm the president of Gutter-Experts.com and founder of GutterCon, which is being held in just 6 days from now in Denver, Colorado. Leading up to GutterCon, I've been doing a series of events where I've been chatting with a variety of people in the gutter world. Speakers who will be presenting at GutterCon, suppliers, and regular gutter guys just like you and me. We'll be talking about their businesses and how they play a role in today's gutter industry. So today I'd like to introduce my guest, Colby Armstrong. He's with Simply Gutters in Nashville, Tennessee. Colby's been in business since 2019. So 2019 sounds like about 3 years, Colby, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
So are you going into your 4th season or going into your 3rd season?
This is going to be our 3rd full year. So we've had 2 full seasons.
Nice.
This will be our 3rd full season here in Nashville.
Okay, well, good. So if you've watched any of my interviews, I always like to go back to high school and kind of tell us a little bit about how you got started. You got a full beard there, but you don't look that old. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay. Boy, I wish I could go back to those years.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I feel a little bit older than I am, but
yeah. Cool. Well, where did you grow up in Tennessee, in Nashville?
I did. I was actually born in Memphis, Tennessee. And then my mom and my family and I, we moved here to Nashville when I was about 6 years old.
Yeah.
So I've been in this area most of my life.
Okay.
But I joined the military right out of high school. So
nice. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. And so I was active duty in the Air Force from 2012 to 2016. So that's really the only major time that I spent away from the Middle Tennessee area.
Yeah. And, I never, I always like to ask, I mean, I'm up here in Canada. I've lived in the States before. I lived in Greenville, South Carolina for a year when I was 18 years old. I actually did my senior year down there and I just love that neck of the woods, which isn't far from where you are. Just love the South. And, one thing I just have a lot of respect for America and Americans is, your devotion to your country and just what America does for everyone all across the world. I know you guys get a lot of flack for it from a lot of people, but I'll tell you, it almost brings tears to my eyes thinking about it sometimes. So thank you for your service for sure.
Thank you.
So what did you do? Where did you serve?
Yeah, so I was stationed in at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of training exercises and traveled all over the place. I did a deployment in Kuwait for 6 months. So I was there for 6 months, and then traveling to and from the Middle East. Stopped in a lot of different places. In that 4-year span, I did a lot of traveling. Went to a lot of different Air Force bases in the United States and a lot of them overseas. So, working on it, being an aircraft mechanic, you just travel around with the plane. So I did a lot of traveling in that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And were you a single man at that time? Or did
I
you
wasn't.
have
I was married the majority of it. I got married while I was in the military.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
About a year in.
Yeah, that's got to be tough when you're away for how long of a stint are you usually away for? Like 8 months.
In the Air Force, it was 6 month tours.
6-month tours. And what did you do in the Air Force? Did you say?
I was an aircraft and engine mechanic on AC-130s.
Okay, cool, nice. So you did your service and came back to the motherland.
Yes, sir. That's pretty much it. I had a 4-year enlistment. So once that 4-year enlistment was completed, I separated from the military and decided to move back to Nashville.
Yeah, cool. And so when was that in comparison when you started your gutter business?
Yeah, so I got back here in Nashville around October, November of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked various different construction jobs and got involved in a lot of. I've always wanted to be involved in some sort of trades or construction.
Yeah.
So I worked for that year. When I got back, I worked several different jobs, mostly related to construction, and then I started working for a roofing company here in Nashville. And I spent some time there, and that's where I really learned about gutters and came across gutters and started to think that might be a good opportunity for me.
Yeah. So you worked for a roofing company, like actually on the roof?
No, I was, I did do some repairs and stuff for them, but I was a salesman for the roofing company.
Oh, mainly sales, doing
Mainly,
sales for them. I see. So I'm just looking at Google Maps right now at Nashville. How big, how many people, like how many, what's the population of Nashville?
I think that it's, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's right over about 2 million.
2 million. Oh, so it's a good size city.
It's a pretty big, it's a pretty
Yeah.
good sized market. Not the biggest, but not,
Yeah.
by any means small.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you are. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So, how did you feel that? I mean, there's obviously lots of other gutter guys in Nashville, I guess, but
Right.
did you feel that, like what you must have wanted to run your own business, I guess, is probably
Right,
what you
yeah.
felt, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I would say, I mean, since I was very young, I've always wanted to own my own business. Even when I was a kid, I started businesses and I was doing different things like lawn care and
Yeah.
car detailing, whatever I could do
Yeah.
to try and, I thought, I have always wanted to be a business owner.
Yeah.
My dad owned a business and I always looked up to him and kind of wanted to be just like him. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, for as long as I can remember, I wanted to own my own business. I just didn't really know what type of business or what I wanted to do, but I did know that I wanted it to be construction related, whether it was like a home builder or trades or something like that. So really, I was just trying to discover what I liked and what I was good at, and then my whole idea was as soon as I find that thing, I'm gonna branch out and learn the skills that I need. I'm gonna branch out on my own and
Yeah.
start my own business.
So let me ask you this, because when I got into the gutter business, I actually bought a gutter business that was already up and running and well known. So, day one I had work to do, and
Yeah.
I never really started it from scratch. Although the business that I own right now, I did start this gutter business from scratch. I was in a gutter business, then I was a contractor for a period of time and decided to get back into the gutter business. So I do know what it is like to start a business from scratch. But I already knew the business, so it wasn't real difficult for me. So how did you start your business, not really, knowing much about it? Did you work with a gutter company at all, or no?
No, I didn't. At the roofing company that I worked for, we did everything exteriors. Basically, it was a roofing company, but we did a lot of different trades, just like on the exterior of the home.
Mm-hmm.
So I did sell gutters quite a bit, and that's kind of how I came across the gutter industry. And I knew about I'd never installed a gutter before I started this business. But
did you guys in the roofing business did you sub it out, or did you guys do it in-house?
Yes, sir. For the first year, other than small repairs and stuff, I figured out how to do little things on my own that first year. But for probably the first, I would say 8 to 12 months, we were subbing out. I was just selling jobs and subbing them out to a subcontractor. And eventually, I just got to the point where I knew it would be a little more difficult up front to get the guys and build in-house crews, but I just got to a point where I had so many jobs. It's very hard to sub everything out and manage schedules and all that stuff with subcontractors.
Right. So do you guys do any roofing in your business, or?
We don't. We do strictly gutters, and that was really the whole idea. That's why we're called Simply Gutters.
Yeah, you simply just do gutters.
Focus on that and just be the best at one thing.
Yeah, I think I've said this before on one of my other interviews. My account, I used to do a few things. I mainly I did run a few businesses at once because I lived in a small town and neither of them was enough for me to live off of. So I did a couple, or at least I felt like I could. And my accountant said to me once, it always sticks with me. And I always tell people who are, looking to veer off track. But my accountant said, if Bren, you're doing this, and this, so you're making $1 here and $1 here and $1 here, and at the end of the day, you're making $3.
Yeah.
Well, if you just focus on one thing, you might make $5. And
Right.
I always think of that. But as entrepreneurs, it's just so hard to stick to one thing sometimes.
Yeah, it
because
is. It is.
there's always so many opportunities when you're out and around, right? I mean, I know for us, and I'm sure with you, people are like, "Oh, do you do siding? Do you do windows?
Yeah,
Do you do roofing?" And I'm like, "Well, geez, I could, if I could find the people, would do all that stuff." But
right, and scale it. That's the problem. From the beginning, I've always wanted to scale this into something bigger than average. And I knew that if we start doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything, it's going to be even harder to scale than it already is, because it's still hard, doing gutters. So if we're doing 18 trades, makes it even more hard than even harder than it needs to be.
Do you do soffit cladding too, or do you just stick to gutters?
We do soffit, fascia. We call it fascia here. Fascia
we do too. Yeah.
But yeah, soffit, fascia, gutters.
It's hard not to do soffit and cladding.
It's really difficult to. I've tried to rack my brain a million times. How can we avoid any soffit and fascia work and just do gutters? But it just goes hand in hand.
I know. We
my crew, they don't want to do it. It's
I know it's dirty work a lot of the time too, right? Yeah. Well, but if you got a crew or two that can do it, man, it makes life a lot easier. That's for sure.
It does. It does. And it gets jobs closed out faster. You don't have to wait on other trades to come.
Yeah.
Get the job done and
well, and you're not losing your gutter job to some other company too. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah, that's another thing. I think we have sold a lot of jobs because of that. They don't want to shop around, have 18 different trades out there.
Yeah.
They'd rather just have a one-stop shop. So
I agree.
From that.
I agree with you. So when you started, then was it just you and another guy just started with job number one, and that's how you started to grow?
That's it. Yeah. So for most of 2019, it was just me and the subcontractor crew that I sub jobs out to.
Yeah.
And then I hired one of my best friends at the beginning of 2020, I believe, maybe the end of 2019.
Yeah.
It was him and I, and then I hired it. That's when I started to got my own box truck and machine, and hired an installer to start installing in-house, and we built from there.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, I just thinking that because you were in you said Air Force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any help for you when you started your business that you took advantage of?
No. Well, there are programs. There's programs out there for veterans, like things like there's things like Boots to Business. That's a program that the military offers to veterans, or the VA offers. There's things out there like that. I'm pretty sure the SBA does programs, like lending programs for veterans. But it's still it's not like if you're a veteran, you get a loan.
Mm-hmm.
But to start a business, it's like you have to have it's just like getting an SBA loan. It's just for veterans, terms or something like that. So they're not just going to give you a loan just because you're a veteran. You have to have business plan and cash flow, all that stuff.
As you should.
Yeah, and you should have to. But there are programs out there for veterans. I haven't taken advantage of any of those yet. But really, like, a lot of that is just information. Like the Boots to Business thing is really just information, like how to set up your LLC. It's like things like that you can really just Google.
Kind of just gives you a helping hand on how to get things started.
Right, they're trying to do something at least, which is nice.
Yeah. So you started out with a 5-inch K style, or did you just have a 6-inch?
Yeah, mostly. I mean, my first machine, and I only have 5 6-inch combo machines. That's all I have. I have 3 combo machines. But mostly, I would say 95% of our installs are 6-inch. And then we do a very small percentage of 5-inch. And I would say that is mainly because we don't do a lot of subcontracted work. We do mostly retail replacements.
Mhm.
And it, we keep the price really close for 5 and 6 inch, so it makes it.
Yeah.
I really don't even. If they don't ask about 5 inch, I don't even tell them about it.
You don't tell.
So,
Yeah. So would most of your competitors be the same way?
I think that a lot of our competitors are just strictly subcontractors and home builders. Home builders, they're not going to pay for 6 inch gutters for the most part. So a lot of our competitors do a lot of 5 inch. And I would say our biggest competitors here in town are like either roofing companies who sub out the work, and there's one or two other gutter companies like ours in this market, which I knew that starting this business, there just wasn't a lot of legitimate actual gutter companies in the market that were offering good service and fast installation, quality installation, all that stuff. So, I noticed there was a bit of just not a lot of competition in the market.
Yeah. Cool. And so you're running, so you're going into your third season, and you've got 3 trucks. How long have you had 3 machines up and running? Probably just last year, was it?
Yeah, actually, that third truck and machine, we just got up and running in the beginning of March. So we just got 3 full crews going, 2 guys per crew, 2 installers. And then we also have 2 service crews. They do gutter cleanings and repairs.
Yeah. That is so important. I always wanted to have like a gutter cleaning and repair crew. And we started doing that probably 3 years ago. And wow, what a difference that's made in our business.
It's huge. Not only, it's obviously it's a revenue source.
It's good too.
It's great revenue and great margins on cleanings, but also it really helps with providing a higher level of service to customers, because you have that guy that you can send to fix something or to go pick up something and bring, it just really helps with.
Well, and the other thing is you're not sending a truck or a box truck out with 2 or 3 guys in it to do a little repair, and you got a $18,000 machine sitting in the back doing nothing.
Exactly.
So you have two crews doing cleanings and repairs.
Right. Yeah, we have 2 service crews. And I'm really trying to push that. And I really like that side of the business as far as, scalability and profitability. I think it's a good opportunity. So I'm trying to push that and grow that side of the business this year as well.
Yeah. So how do you how are you trying to push that part of the business?
Right now, a big majority of our leads and new customers come through Google. Google's our biggest source of business. I would say Google ads and just organic Google searches. We have 300 5-star reviews on Google. So our profile really stands out on the map pack with the reviews. So I would say the majority of our business comes through there. But in order to grow the gutter cleaning side, we're doing 2 things. One is we're starting postcard campaigns, and then what we found does really well with gutter cleaning customers is yard signs, because yard signs work well no matter what. If you put them in front of a job you just did, they get calls. But when it said, like, we have signs that say gutters cleaned, it says gutters cleaned by Simply Gutters. That's what it says, and it has our name on the bottom. Those do really well. Generate calls just in that same neighborhood. People are like, oh, I need my gutters cleaned too. So that's the plan, to just try and build that up, and as we sell more jobs, we'll add more people.
So tell me to shut up if you don't want to answer, but running 3 trucks and 2 cleaning trucks, you're well over $1 million a year, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we'll just start from we crossed $1 million in 2020. 2021, sorry. Last year was the first $1 million year. So 2019, it was just me. We did about 150,000 in revenue. And in 2020, I added some team members and in-house crews, and we did about 650,000 in 2020. So some pretty big growth between there. And then 2021, we did 1.3 million.
Nice. And you should be able to. With that third gutter truck running, do you feel you can keep that busy, or is it something that you're going to have to work at keeping busy?
Yeah. You know, honestly, I never really questioned that we could keep it busy, but right after we got the third truck up and running, we started like, our crews were just mowing down jobs, and I was like,
I
and our schedule is almost always a month out. And then it got down to like 2 weeks, and I was like starting to sweat a little bit.
uh,
And then the month of April, this month we've done great. Our sales numbers have been phenomenal. So we're
yeah.
back out to a month, and now we're into our busy season. So I would imagine we'll
I
still.
know, like that month out. I mean, we're probably at 2 months. It's just stupid for us right now, but a month out I like, because, that way you can, go to that part of the city and you probably got a couple jobs, or you can go
Yeah.
over here. But, if you think about it from the customer standpoint, like 4 weeks is probably the max you want to have
Right,
people
yeah, I don't want to
waiting.
be too far over that. It's like a balance. You don't want to be too
Yeah,
far. And being 2 weeks booked out, I think, it helped our sales because, we could get to things faster. And I was a little more urgent to get deals closed, probably
yeah.
just following up and
Makes your work a little harder.
yeah, absolutely.
I know one thing that I shouldn't even say this out loud, but I will. But like this just happened, yesterday. Someone said, well, if you can't come out and give me an estimate tomorrow, then don't even bother. And I was like, well, can't do the job anyway for like 2 months. So what's the point? And,
Yeah,
you're not really on your toes anymore.
right.
And my wife actually even said to me, she said, well, you're getting a little bit cocky about that, aren't you? And I said,
Yeah.
I am. And
It, you get
it shouldn't be
complacent.
like that.
Yeah, you can't help but get complacent a little bit when your sales are booked out and your schedules are booked out.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as estimates, we stay about a week out on estimates, and we have two salesmen doing 5 estimates a day. So, we usually can't get there that quick to do an estimate. About
Yeah.
a week usually.
Yeah. Wow. And I think I've seen on Facebook, you guys are advertising for someone, aren't you? For another estimator?
Yeah, right now we have one full-time estimator salesman, and then myself. I'm doing 4 to 5 estimates a day myself,
Yeah.
which is keeping me super busy. So I'm trying to find another salesman to replace me in that role, so I can focus on other parts of the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking for one more salesman. We got a couple guys, a couple people that we've interviewed that look like good candidates. I have to do an in-person interview with those people next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're searching high and low for some good people.
Oh, we all are. So maybe can we chat a little bit, just because you're in the process of hiring someone? How do you pay for your salespeople? Are they on commission, a little bit of salary plus commission, or all commission, or?
Yeah, so we do a base salary plus a commission percentage on their total revenue. So and then so they get their base salary paid weekly on our normal payroll cycle,
Mhm.
and then they get their commissions paid monthly.
Yeah. And are the commissions on total revenue, or do you
Total
tie
revenue.
it to profitability of the job?
It's tied in. It's total revenue, but our profitability, we don't really. Our prices are baked into our CRM.
Okay, yeah. So they don't have the option to lower prices, for example, just to get the job. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, if they did that, that would forfeit their commission. They'd probably be in trouble for that. But yeah, no, we do total revenue. It's a whole lot easier to track. But I've had previous sales jobs where it was based off profitability, and it's like hard to track. But I can kind of understand if you don't have control.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're tracking all that stuff anyway, which, I mean, of course we all should be, but let's face it,
Yeah,
sometimes you just
for
aren't
the
there.
private job, it's difficult. It takes a
Yeah.
lot.
A lot of jobs get run through in the run of a week.
Especially in a gutter company, it's easy to job cost when you have like 10 jobs a month, but when you have 50 a week,
Yeah.
Job costing becomes a bear.
I know. My dad he worked for Michelin tires. So for 35 years, he was a, production person. So he was all about charts and all of that.
Yeah.
And when he retired, he was actually helping me in my business for a little bit. And he's like, we got to know every job, how much we're making on every job. I'm like, geez, Dad, by the time, like, it just happens too quick.
Yeah, he is right, but it's a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
I think it can be done. It's something that even last year I was planning to implement, but just never got to it.
Mm.
We still don't do job by job.
Yeah, well, that brings up my next thing I was just going to ask you about. What do you use for CRM software?
We use Jobber.
Yeah, always have.
Yeah, I started when I basically the same day that I started Simply Gutters, I signed up for Jobber. You know, I had it.
Okay.
Beginning.
Yeah, so you don't know how hard it could be.
Right. Yeah. No, I think so. I think I couldn't imagine not having. I mean, I could not imagine doing this without a CRM.
Yeah.
People did. I guess
We did
whiteboard.
it in the old days. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
We just had triplicate copies of paper. We did it, at least we did. We had the white copy would go to the customer,
Yeah.
and the pink and yellow one would go back, and
I
the
do
yellow
like the
one.
simplicity of that, though. I mean,
What's that?
I do like the simplicity of that.
Yeah, we just had a stack of the pink ones were the jobs we had to do. The yellow ones were the ones that we were hoping we were going to get. So,
right. In your business, are you guys fully digital, or do you still use paper for like estimate sheets? Or
we have ArcSite is speaking at Gutter-Con.
Yeah.
And I had to admit that I still use pen and paper for my sketches.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, it's just easier for me.
Right. Yeah, all of our installers, they have the Jobber app. They get their schedules from Jobber and all that. They clock in, clock out on Jobber. But we still hand them a piece of paper with the drawing and the materials and everything that they need, because we just haven't found that easy solution to where you could just we just haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
We've tried. We've got a couple right now. We're trying to. I made a new estimate sheet with all kinds of cool stuff on there. And I'm trying to figure out how to make that digital. And I'm not a tech guy, so I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work and not be using 18 different softwares.
I know that's the other thing too. Yeah, I agree. I use Service Autopilot, and there's a lot of functionality in that, and I think I could probably do that. But again, you got to sit down, you got to dedicate the time to you really got to be kind of technical to do it.
Yeah,
we just haven't done it. It's sometimes just easy to throw a coil and a bunch of downpipe and elbows and just go. I mean, if your estimator's done the job right, it should be okay, right?
Yeah, but now we have this stack of clipboards with job sheet, all these. It's back there on the wall. We have each job.
Well, we have gotten rid of the paper that way, but like I still do my, like, here's a map I did this morning. You can't really see it.
Yeah, there you go.
I did it this morning, and then I took a picture of it, and then I uploaded it to our service software.
We could do that.
So I can get rid of the paper now, and I don't give that to the guys. They have a mobile app, and they can look at that piece of paper on the mobile app, which it's, that has to be done.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, so where do you think you're going to be this year? Like, do you have, do you do some budget planning, and do you have a number in your head for this year?
Yeah, so we definitely, in the beginning of the year, I make a plan and try and set a goal and work backwards from that goal and figure out how many leads we need, how many installers, trucks, people, receptionists, all that. In the beginning of the year, I try to make a plan and figure out. I guess it's called reverse engineering. That's basically what I do, and it's worked so far. But this year our goal is 2.5 million.
Wow, so almost double.
Yes, it's another double year, but right now we're on track. We obviously January and February are our slowest times of the year. So right now we've got about $750,000 in sales on the books. That's including jobs that are booked in May. So we have to average about 230,000 a month for the rest of the year in production to hit our goal. Yeah,
those are busy months.
Very busy, yeah, and that includes our service crews, and it also includes subcontracting out some jobs where we can. We have one dedicated sub crew that does that we trust, and they do jobs for someone on a specific day of the week. So we can schedule them some stuff that,
Nice. Is there, do you have competition that's doing other styles of gutter, like half round or European box or anything, or is it not really popular there?
Yeah, we definitely have competition that offers that, and sometimes we do offer it. We just we use chop and drop services.
Oh, okay.
So we've been doing quite a bit of half round this year, and a lot of 7-inch K style.
Yes.
You know, I've actually ordered a 7-inch K style
Oh,
machine.
have you? Okay.
Yeah, but who knows when that'll come in? But we've just been selling so much of it, and a lot of the houses here are like the bigger houses have they're super huge roofs and super
Yes.
steep roofs, and they really need a bigger gutter.
Yeah.
So we've been selling a lot of the 7-inch K style, and then also we do a pretty good chunk of commercial work. So we do a 7-inch box gutter quite a bit as well.
Okay. And that you use a chop and drop service for that also, of
Right.
course.
Yeah. Yeah. That machine is very expensive. The
Yeah,
7-inch
I
box
know.
gutter machine.
That's, yeah, I know. I thought about buying, I've wanted to buy one. I just, I'm nervous
The
about how much it's going to sit around versus I don't get a big call for it, but I think I don't get a big call for it because people don't know that you can get it,
Right. Yeah. You have
right?
to push those when you get those specialty machines. It's all about
You got to
pushing
start promoting it. Yeah.
and telling people about it because they don't
Yeah.
know about it. They don't even know it exists. So
Yeah.
you really have to push it.
That happened. Yeah, that happened with us with half round and box cutter.
Yeah.
Like people, oh, you have something else? I thought
Right.
this was
Yeah.
the only thing. So it takes a few years, but it does start,
Yeah, I'm getting to
once
the
they,
point where I'm considering getting different machines, but at this point, like there's so much opportunity out there for just regular house 6-inch case out
yeah,
gutters, and the margins are great. I'm just like, why am I buying these other machines
yeah,
when I need 8 more 6-inch case out
yeah,
machines, you know?
yeah.
But
We'll go back to the do one thing and do it right.
right, yeah, that's kind of what I'd rather open up another office in another market
Yeah,
instead of start doing another thing,
yeah.
that's more along the lines of what my vision.
So interesting you brought that up. I'm just back looking at the map again. So my Google Maps gives me a red line all around Nashville. So would you work in Brentwood right now and Hendersonville?
Yeah, yeah. So we do about I would say 50-mile radius around Nashville. We
Okay.
have traveled outside of that to do bigger jobs, but our core is right there, within
Yeah.
30 minutes of Nashville. So
Yeah.
we work constantly in Brentwood every day, constantly,
Hmm.
every week in Hendersonville.
Okay.
But we bounce around all over the city.
Gotcha. So you said about opening up another location.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to do that, where would be the next place to go?
I think,
Chattanooga?
I don't know exactly when we'll do it, whether it be year 4 or year 5. I think within the next 2 years, I'd like to branch out. We're still trying to dial in systems and get everything nailed down before we do it.
Mm, yeah.
I don't want it to be hectic. I want it to be kind of streamlined and work.
Yeah.
So we still have some work to do, but I'm thinking Chattanooga for the first branch.
Mhm.
Um, and then, I want to do the major cities in Tennessee before we go anywhere out of state.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis.
Cool.
That'd be a good start.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a lot of work, but sounds easy when we talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Talk is cheap, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you you're coming to Gutter-Con next week?
I'm not actually. Unfortunately, I had tickets. I was coming
Yeah.
to the original Gutter-Con, but I had this trip. I have a family trip planned for next weekend.
Oh,
Maybe.
I thought I still had you on the list.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I didn't. I didn't. I just kept the ticket, but we're just not going to be able to make it.
Oh, too bad.
I know it's such a bummer. I was really looking forward to meeting a lot of people that I've
Look,
met in our industry.
we really struggled with whether we were going to have it. I mean, we had to cancel it in
Yeah.
January. We didn't have any option, and
Right. Yeah.
you know, being our first year and everything, it just
It's a big deal putting on an event like that.
yeah, it sure is.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you know better than I do.
yeah, it's been a little bit stressful the last couple of weeks for sure. But you know what? We still, like, even today, I think we had 2 or 3 people sign up today even.
Is there enough people signing up?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
there's enough. I mean, we had always hoped to have 150, and we're not going to have 150. And I'm not even giving out numbers. I don't want to
Yeah.
jinx it. So,
Hey,
but
there's still time.
Yeah, and like I just
People
said, like
procrastinate.
people are still signing up. Like
People
just
procrastinate.
before you and I were chatting, the reason I was late was because I was taking someone's credit card number because
Yeah.
they were coming and they were coming with 3 people. So I still think, you know, I guess as long as the plane hasn't left yet, there's still an opportunity for you
Yeah,
to
I mean, you'll
go.
sell some ticket. You'll probably sell more tickets this week, I
Yeah.
think, than you had than any other week, because people do that. They've probably been planning on coming the whole time. And
Other people told me that too. They said, just wait, there'll be more people coming, and I didn't think it
well,
was, but
I hope that's the
true.
case. I imagine that it would be. I wish
Yeah,
I could come out.
yeah.
I've been in the gutter installers and gutter company owners group since the beginning, since Colin Dion started that a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
I've been like a moderator in there for a long
Yeah.
time. So I would love to be there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the people that are going to be there are going to be a good group of people that, you know, want to support the industry. And, you know, a lot of the conference is about bringing professionalism to the,
Yeah, we need it.
industry.
We need
Yeah.
this. We need the conference. We need.
Yeah.
I mean, our industry is so far behind.
I know.
Specifically, gutter so far behind some of the other trades.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you post an event like Gutter-Con to help these guys, and then the comments are
Yeah,
negative. Like
I know.
they just
You have to be, you know, when you're online, you have to be ready for the negative comments. And I
yeah,
was like, why would you even say that?
it's insane. But those are the guys that they've been in business 30 years, and
Yeah, and they're running around for $3 and $4 a foot. So,
yeah,
you know,
that's
don't bother. You wouldn't be able to afford to come anyway.
yeah, and that's fine. The world needs people like that too. And
Yeah,
it's
just
fine. Not
makes us look
everybody has
better,
the
right?
same goals or same vision. But man, it's really frustrating when you
Yeah,
even it wasn't even my thing, but I'm like, why? How would they talk negatively about it? It's to
yeah,
help. That you go there and learn to make yourself more
yeah,
money and to make your life better.
yeah. Well,
Hard to understand.
exactly. Yeah. And, you know, there may be, I hope everyone walks away with, you know, 1 or 2, you know, everyone calls them nuggets,
Nuggets. Yeah,
you know, just something. But if you don't learn anything, maybe you're teaching someone something.
absolutely.
And the other thing is just, you know, meeting with people that are doing the same thing you're doing. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what I love
that's
doing. Like,
huge. The
I love
networking.
doing what we're doing now, but you know, I think it's even one step better to meet in person and hang out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've already got FOMO. FOMO. I don't know if you know that word, but I've already got FOMO because I want to be at the GutterCon, but previous arrangements.
Yeah, too
Do,
bad, too bad.
do you know what FOMO is?
No, see, I'm learning something now. So tell
It's
me.
fear of missing out. That's what it is. When I said
Oh,
that, I was
okay,
like, that's
cool.
like I don't know if everyone knows that acronym.
Okay,
So,
I think I have heard that before.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you will miss out, unfortunately, but you know, I think
Yeah.
what we're trying to do with this one is make this one good so that there'll be the next one. So,
Gotcha.
you
Well, the
know,
next one I'll be there. If you need any help, please let me know.
yeah, for sure. Okay, well, listen, that sounds like a good place to kind of knock things off, and want to say thanks for doing this. It's always nice to talk to another gutter guy, and good luck with your 3rd truck this year, and hope you meet all your numbers.
Thanks, Brent. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on here. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, super. Okay, well, good. We'll be chatting again, I'm sure.
All right. Take it easy.